Hello, everybody. Welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. My name is Sandy, and I am joining you from my beautiful home state of Maine. And of course, we are also joined by Anna, our Self Care Doula, who's holding it down over there at PCSM Chapel. Hi, Anna. How are you today?
Hello. So
Well,
happy to
thank you for. Oh, I'm so happy that you are here. And I keep saying, blessed be the technology that allows me to have this lifestyle where I get to be on the road and make all these amazing things happen. And then we get to beam in on each other. And there you are, like right in
yeah.
front of me. Amazing. We just wanted to let everybody know that we had an amazing meeting last week, and we have decided to keep the integrated recovery practices circle group going for Friday nights. This Friday, we should have a pretty concrete calendar that we'll be able to post and share with everybody. But we do want to remind you, please sign up for the newsletter at pcsam.org, because that's where you're going to be able to find out the really juicy details, like where are we meeting and where are we going, and what do you need to prepare for these little excursions. So please sign up for that, and then you'll also find out about other information regarding Soul Saturday, about Anna's yoga offerings and Matt's breathwork offerings also. So we thank you so much, Anna, for your service. It is muggy AF out here today. So I think once you start the practice, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to go into my mom and dad's house where it's a little darker and cooler. But I am so happy that I made it here today, Anna, because I really need it.
Oh, good. Me too. I'm glad you're here and welcome everybody to Yoga with Anna, the midweek reset, which I think a lot of us need. So I'm so grateful to be here. And this Friday we have an integrated art therapy session, which is going to be awesome because it's art and meditation. So Jessica's going to take you on a meditative journey and then go into an art session of painting or whatever supplies that she brings in to get creative. So we're going to tap into the subconscious with meditation and then bring it into into consciousness with art. So Friday sounds really, really fun, and I'm hoping that I can make it. My goal is to make it, so I will be there. So we're going to begin today with let's get on our backs because it is hot, and I think we're having. I've heard of a lot of back pain today, so let's lie on our backs and take a little mini shavasana. But I'm going to be speaking through it because as we start all of our classes together, we're going to set an intention for this practice. And we're going to begin by settling into our breath, in and out the nose. And if it feels good to bring the hands onto the belly, you can do that to feel the breath, feel the belly expand. And then you feel the fall of the belly on the exhale. Nice deep breaths in, slow exhales out. And while you are here, let's set an intention for our practice. So inviting you to take a moment to think about what you want to bring into this practice. Think about what you want to bring into the new solstice that is coming. It's not very far away. It's just around the corner. So take a moment here as you settle your body, you settle your subtle body. And you can bring your hands onto the solar plexus, which is right on the belly, above the navel. And you can bring the other hand to heart if you want, or you can keep both hands on the navel or the heart. Up to you, whatever feels good to you. My hands are both on the solar plexus. So let's take a moment here to think about what we want to bring in, what our intentions are, what we want to manifest through summer. And feels like a big, overwhelming place to go, that's okay. Bring it in with breath. And you don't have to have an answer to, what you want to do or what you want to manifest, or maybe you already have something in mind. It's all the intention behind it. Reminding ourselves that it is intention that drives our actions, and it is these intentions we carry through our practice and take with us into our daily lives. Let's all take a deep breath in together and a slow exhale out. Swallowing at the back of our throats. And you can keep your eyes closed here or you can open them up. Let's take a full body stretch, arms over the head, extend the legs. Take a nice deep breath in, stretch in opposite directions. Next, deep breath in on the exhale, draw that right knee to the chest, give it a nice squeeze. You can flex both feet. And then that right foot you can point and flex and rotate the ankle if you want to bring that movement in. And then extend that leg, full body stretch, reaching both legs and arms in the opposite direction. And then let's reach for that left knee in. Flex and point and rotate that left ankle. And then release for another full body stretch. Banana stretch. Let's walk our feet to the right. Tap my block. Walk the feet over to the right side. Take the arms over to the right side. If it feels good to cross that left leg over the right, you can. That deepens the side stretch. You feel it in your hip as you reach that left leg over the right. So if your hip, that sensation is too intense, just relax the legs. Otherwise, you can take it a little deeper. Remember, practice with compassion and self-love for your self-care. And then let's walk to center. Remember, they don't call me the Self Care Doula for nothing. Reach the arms and legs in the opposite direction, and then walk the legs and the hands to the left side. And then maybe that right leg goes over the left. Nice deep breaths into the side body. And then walk everything back to center. All right, reach for both legs. Give a nice stretch in. And then let's rock side to side. And then take the hands to the knees and begin to circle those knees around in a direction. Breathing. Slowing down your movement maybe. And then going the opposite direction. So notice how your lumbar spine is being massaged as you rotate the knees. One more breath here, and then from here, let's drop the knees, bring the arms over your head, bring the feet to the width of the mat, and then take a gentle windshield wiper of the knees. You can do both knees on the same side, or you can do opposite knee in, opposite knee out, whatever feels good to you. And then heel toe the feet back to hip distance apart, arms by your side. All right, let's do the pelvic tilt. So remember, We're stretching the lower back and getting some movement in the hip, and it's a really minimal movement of flexing or tilting the hip forward, creating that straight spine. So you notice the space in the lower back disappears. And then as you bring those hips back, you create that curve in the lower spine. So let's do a few of those, inhaling as we tilt the hips forward, exhaling as we tilt the hips back. Inhaling is an anterior tilt forward, exhaling posterior tilt, tilting the hips back. Continue back and forth. So you can bring your hands by your side once you're comfortable with the movement, palms down to support your movement. And we are stimulating the root and the sacral chakras here. All right, bring the hips back to neutral. Bring the knees in for a little squeeze. And then from here, we're going to bring the legs back down to the mat. And then we're going to come over, shift the hips to the right side, and come over to our left side. So from here, gently, we're going to do a little quad stretch. So on the right side, hand to the right hand to ankle, take a little quad stretch there. Beautiful. And then release, and then we're going to come onto our bellies, and then come onto the opposite side. So I'm giving the camera my back, but you can see me at a different angle. Take the quad stretch on the left side. And you can rest your head in the crook of your arm. You can extend that bottom leg or keep it bent. All right, so from here, we're going to come back to our bellies. And we're going to come into tabletop. Let's bring the knees hip distance apart and allow the hips to stack over the knees, shoulders stack over the wrists. On the inhale, we're going to drop the belly and take the gaze up. On the exhale, chin to chest, rounding in, press the mat away. Inhale, drop the belly, take the gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, round in, press the mat away. Let's continue to sync the breath with the movement. Inhaling as you extend the spine. Exhaling as you round in, tucking the tail. Inhaling, extending, exhaling, chin to chest, tucking the tail. And then let's come to neutral, bring the hips back towards the heels, extend the arms forward, coming into a child's pose. Ground the third eye. Nice deep breaths. Feel the back of the rib cage expand as you breathe in and as you exhale. Let it all relax. Let's walk the hands over to the right side on the next breath. Maybe that left hand rests on the right. Hands walk back to center. Walk everything, all hands to the left side. All right, so we're going to do this again. Come back to center. Tent the fingers and reach the front of the wrist forward to the top of your mat and take those hips back towards the heels. Then we're going to walk the hands over to the right side, and the right hand will land on the left hand will land on the right. This time, take the awareness to that left hip and gently press that hip towards the earth, really grounding that hip in, taking that stretch a little further. So you can even wiggle to see like how that shifts for you, that stretch feels for you. And then walk back to center, walk all the way over to the left side. Awareness to the right hip as that right hip reaches down towards the earth. Inhale, walk back to center, child's pose, and let's walk the hands back. Come to your tabletop. And then the next breath, let's extend that right leg out, press into the toes, a nice calf stretch. Inhale, lift that right leg up, flex the foot, extend that left arm long. Gaze at the top of your mat. Bring everything in. Left leg extends, ground the toes, press that heel back. Inhale, shift forward and extend that right arm long. Really pull in the navel towards the back of the spine. And then gently bring everything back. Beautiful. From here, let's shift the hips back and shift the hips forward and begin to intuitively tune into our bodies by listening to our bodies and doing a little free movement. So I usually start by taking the hips into a circle. You can close your eyes and go inward to see what your body may be saying to you. You can take a little up dog, press the hips towards the earth, anything that feels good to you at this moment. Or you can stay in child's pose and bring the arms down and do a little resting pose. All up to you. So I'm also doing a figure 8 with the hips. You can take a down dog if it feels good. All right, let's come back to center. Let's curl the toes under and gently lift the hips up to come to a downward facing dog and walk our dog. Inhale that right leg high, bend the knee and give that hip a little rotation. Extend that leg long and then bring it all the way through, bracket that right foot and then gently lower that left knee. Inhale, arms come up, coming into a low lunge, reach back. Really feel those hips reach towards the earth. Inhale, flip the palms, lower the hands, bracket that front foot, and inhale that left arm up to the sky. Exhale, lower it down. We're going to flow here. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, left arm rises. And then exhale, lower down. Take the hips back towards the back heel and go into a half splits, getting into the hamstring. Taking those nice deep breaths. And then gently shift forward, front foot flat. And then from here, let's curl the toes under. And we're going to take that left hand on the instep of that right foot. And then we're going to take a gentle twist. Lift that right arm up to the sky. Press that heel back. And then gently lower down. Left knee comes down. Shift back and shift forward, giving some hips some movement. Beautiful. So plant the palms, lift that back knee as you curl the toes, and then bring that front foot back. Come into your modified plank with the knees down. Come all the way down to your belly. Hands under the shoulders, tuck the elbows, all 10 toes press in. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest, take the gaze up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Curl the toes under, lift yourself back up, come into your tabletop, and then curl the toes under again and shift into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises, bend the knee, rotate the hip. Opposite direction. Extend long and bring it all the way through. Step forward, take your time, walk that foot just as long as you bracket that front foot, lower that back knee. All right, so from here, let's shift the hips forward, shift the hips back. Then let's shift the hips back for a half split. And of course, you can use blocks here if you want to lift the floor up. I can grab my block. So remember to always keep your props handy. I'm just going to put mine to the side. All right, so that foot flat. We're going to flow. Inhale, right arm up. Open up the chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, flow up. Exhale, lower that right arm down. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, lower down. And then from here, inhale, both arms up. Let's reach back and dip into that low lunge. Feel the hips draw towards the earth. Reach back. And then exhale, flip the palms, bracket that front foot. From here, let's curl the toes under, lift that right knee. That right hand comes to the instep of that foot. Really ground that right hand. Inhale, that left arm to the sky. Press through that back heel. Front toe plugs in. Feeling nice and strong, pull the navel in. And then lower back down. All right, from here, shift back and shift forward. Shift back and shift forward. And then we're going to curl the toes under that right foot. Left foot's going to step back, coming into that modified plank. And then we're going to lower down. So lower the chest all the way down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Again, baby cobra. Tuck the elbows in. Zip up the legs. Press all 10 toes in. And inhale, press the hips into the floor. Lift the chest. Take the gaze up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up again. Lift the chest. Press all 10 toes. Pubis presses into the mat. And then come all the way down. Beautiful. From here, curl the toes under. Lift yourself back up. Come into a child's pose. And take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, just let it go. Curl the toes under. Come into down dog. And let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Come into a forward fold. You can ragdoll here if that feels good. Bend one knee, then bend the other, or allow the arms to dangle. Take a nod to the head to release the neck and shoulders and shake the head. Take a Sway of the body if that feels good. Maybe deeply bend the knees to get into the knees and rise up again into your forward fold. I'm going to do that one more time if that feels good to you, to bend the knees deeply. My knees crack, snap, crackle, pop. And that's okay, they crack all my life. They're just loud. All right, inhale, hands on the shins, come to your half lift, and then let's root to rise. Really press those feet into the floor, arms rise up, above and gently. And I'm going to turn around. All right, namaste everyone, it's nice to be here. All right, let's reach up, reach back, and then from here, bring the hands back to heart center. Let's little waterfall arms here just to loosen up the body while we're standing. And let's go into a balancing pose, and then we'll continue our flow. So a little balancing pose. We're going to do tree pose. So feet together or hip distance apart, hands at the heart center. Focus on a spot in front of you that isn't moving. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. We're going to shift the weight over to the right side of your next breath. So your strong standing leg, the right leg, is going to become even stronger as you tone and begin to kickstand that left foot onto the ankle, calf, or inner thigh. So you want to pull that navel in, stay nice and long through the crown. You can reach down for your left foot, and you can, once, if you are playing around, because this is playful, with where the foot is, you can bring a block in. If you're grounding the toes, you can bring the block in to lift the floor, which lifts the foot up towards your ankle, your calf, excuse me. And you can, the higher you go, you can actually hold on to the foot and stay in this position. You're not cheating. Whatever you need to help you get into the posture and strengthen your balance. All right, so from here, reaching up, and then expanding, playing with the balance, if that feels good, and a wave. Palm trees, waiting for you. For you. Hands come together to temple, hands come to heart. Let's release and let it go. So what I meant by the grounding of the toes, so if you're in this position and you've been here for a while and you want to maybe test lifting your foot up onto your ankle, but you're a little nervous because, of the balancing and you're used to grounding your toes, you can bring the block in between the feet and then kickstand the foot and ground your toes there. So then you're opening up the hip a little bit more, and this allows you to lift the foot without compensating, the balance. And then you can begin to test the rise of the toes once you feel like doing that. All right, so come back to center and hands at the heart center once again. We're going to shift the weight over to the left side this time. Focus on a spot in front of you. Strong standing leg, pull the navel in, feel that length in the spine and kickstand that right foot onto the ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Shoulders back, nice and long spine, strong legs. You got this. All right, when you're ready, woo, I got distracted. Lift up. I saw someone in the store. See, anything can be a distraction. And then expand and play. But that's the test, right? You test your focus. And then gently bring the hands back to temple. Hands up and back to heart. And then release the leg and let it go. All right. So let's come to the top of the mat. And Come back into your standing mountain. Hands by your side, arms by your side. Take a nice deep breath in, tone the legs, pull the navel in and up, lift the chest. Bring the shoulders to your ears, and then roll them back to slide those scapulas down. Feel the wrists reach down towards the earth. Nice deep breath here. Take a few breaths here. Just notice what's come up to you after tree pose and after all those accumulated movements. Inhale, arms come up. Look up at the palms and reach back, and then exhale. Let's forward fold slowly. Inhale, hands on the shins. And then we're going to reach to rise. We're going to get into chair pose. Bring the hands back to touch and hands to heart. Next breath in. Inhale, arms come up parallel to the ears. And let's sit in your chair. Tuck the tails, shift the weight to the heels. Ground those toes if they're lifting. Pull the navel in. Stay nice and lifted through the chest. And breathe. Sit a little lower if that feels good. If the tail pops up like it likes to, tuck it back in. Lift the chest. Pull the navel in. Stay nice and focused and grounded. You got this. Take nice deep breaths in. Hands come together. Bring them to the heart and let's forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Come to your half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Let's take both feet back. Come into a plank or modified plank and then gently shift the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, shift forward, curl the toes under, come into a down dog. All right, so from here, we're going to take the gaze between the hands. Take that right foot and step over to the left. So you're crossing your legs and press the mat away. Gaze is at the ankles on the back of your mat. And then come back to your down dog. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Press into the down dog. So that left leg is going to cross. And then you're going to press into your down dog to really feel that stretch. And then gently bring that leg back. Come back to your down dog. Shift forward, come to your plank. Really reach those heels back. Pull the navel in. Tuck the elbows close to the body. Shift forward and drop the chest down. Sweep up for your up dog. Come back to your down dog. Lift the heels high, bend the knees deep, take a gaze between the hands and walk or hop your feet to meet the hands forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to your half lift. Shoulders away from the ears, pull the navel in. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way back up. Palms touch and palms come to heart. All right, so second set of chair. Inhale, arms up, parallel to the ears, and sit in your chair. Take a peek at your feet just to make sure that they're aligned. Tuck the tail, lift the chest, weight to the heels, sit a little lower. You can bring the fingers together to contain the energy. Inhale, hands together, hands to heart, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to your half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back with both feet. And from here, shift into the down dog. All right, bring the knees down. And come into tabletop. Flowing a little bit here. Inhale that right arm up to open up the chest, and we're going to weave it through, but not go all the way down. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, weave it through. Inhale, right arm rises. Weave it through. 2 more times. Inhale, right arm rises. Open up the chest, weave it through. And on the last one, open up. Right arm lifts high. Weave it through. Drop that right shoulder, right temple. Comes to the mat. You can extend that left arm, or you can keep it closer to you, or you can bring it behind you to open up that left shoulder. I'm gently going to leave my arm extended. So if your arm is extended, press into the mat, that left arm, left hand. And breathe into the back body. And let it go. Walk that left hand towards you to support your lift. Inhale, right arm rises all the way up to the sky, and then gently lower it back down. Come back to your table. Nice deep breath in as you inhale that left arm up, and exhale, weave it through. Inhale, lift that left arm. Exhale, weave it through. Inhale, left arm lifts, open up the chest. Exhale, weave it through. 2 more. Inhaling, reaching, exhaling, weaving through. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, weave it through. Drop that left shoulder, left temple. Walk that right hand to that right arm to extend forward, or whichever arm position is comfortable for you. You can move around if you want. Say hi to somebody. Nice deep breaths. Since I brought my opposite arm behind me earlier, I'm just going to even out. And then bring my right arm back. Alright, let's walk that right hand towards us and gently support our lift. Reach up with that left arm on the inhale and exhale, lower everything, that arm down. Come back to your table. And then from here, let's curl the toes under, lift the hips, come to your down. Maybe feel your heart reach towards your thighs. Fingers spread out nice and wide. Heels don't have to touch the mat. And let's just walk our dog for a moment. Alright, take a gaze between the hands. Drop that left knee. And then bring that right leg, pivot that right leg back a little bit to stack over. You're going to open up to the right side for a supported side plank. And then you can gently lower everything down and do the opposite side. Come back to your table. Extend that left leg. Pivot that heel to the right and reach up with that left arm. Really ground in that right arm, that right hand, and lower back down. All right, shift the hips back and shift the hips forward. All right, so from here, let's come into a down dog once again. Take a nice deep breath in, lift the hips up to the sky. Take the gaze between the hands. Let's walk the feet to meet the hands. Come to a forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant the palms again. Step back with that left foot. Ground that right knee. Sorry, my left and right. My right foot. If you got your left, that's okay. I step back with my right foot. Grounded that right knee. And I'm shifting back into a half splits. And then from here, shifting forward. Inhale the arms up. Let's open up the chest, float the arms down, reach back, interlace the fingers, reach those wrists towards the back of the mat. Take a nice deep breath as the hips reach towards the earth. Take the gaze up to the sky. Another deep breath in and come back to center. Release the bind. Arms come back up. Gaze comes back up. And then from here, let's take a sweep. Let's sweep over our left thigh. Sweep the arms back. Take a bow. Inhale. Arms come back up. Reach back. Exhale. Sweep back. Sweep the arms back. Take a bow. Inhale. Reach up and back. Exhale. Take a bow and sweep the arms back. And then from here, reach back up. And then float the arms back down to bracket that front foot. All right, curl the toes under of that right foot. Lift that right knee. Step back with that left. Come back to your plank. Lower the knees. Come back to a child's pose. And then let's shift forward. Come back to your down dog. Let's get to the other side. Right leg lifts. Bring it all the way through. Lower that right knee down. Inhale, arms come up. Reach back. Exhale, float the arms down. Take a half split. Shift forward. Arms come back up again. Exhale, float the arms down. Reach back and release the fingers. Wrist reach towards the back of the mat. Feel those hips come down towards the earth. Take the gaze up to the sky. Open up the chest. Opening up the heart. Inhale, gaze comes back to center. Release the hands, arms come back up. Exhale, bracket that front foot. Take a shift back and a shift forward. Curl the toes under that right foot. Sweep that back foot, that front foot back. And then from here, let's take a wide-legged child's pose. Bring the knees down to the width of the mat. Bring the hips back to the heels and lower down. Third eye rests on the mat. Inhale, walk those hands towards your knees. Knees come back together and then shift the hips to either side and swing the legs around. I'm going to shift this way. I'm doing around the world yoga. All right. So let's bring our hands behind us. Let the toes face the top of the back of the mat and gently begin to move the hips back and forth. Knees are bent and windshield wiper knees. Extend the legs long, Dandasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms beside you. Inhale, press the heart forward. Lift through the crown. Flex the feet. Inhale, arms up. We're going to forward fold. Take a nice deep breath in, lengthen to the sky, and then exhale, reach for the outsides of the feet or peace finger your toes. Take a nice deep breath in, lengthen through the crown. Spine nice and long. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Hands can be on the shins or the outsides of the feet. Keep that length in the spine. Inhale, release, arms come up. All right, so we're going to bring that right foot into the inner left thigh. Inhale the arms up. And then we're going to gently drape over our left thigh. Reach for that foot. Once there, inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, you can bend the elbows if you're there, or just gently hinge at the hips. Keep that spine nice and long. Let's drop that right shoulder down. And release. Arms come all the way up, switch sides. Left sole of the foot comes to the inner right thigh. Arms nice and long. As you take a nice deep breath, reach to the sky. And then exhale, drape over that right thigh. Left shoulder comes down. Pull the navel in. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Inhale, come all the way back up. Extend the leg and then bend the knees. Float the arms down. Inhale, arms come up. Reach forward. We're going to gently come down to our mat, controlled. So if your head isn't going to come to the mat, then scoot your bottom down, adjust yourself, reach forward, and then take a lean back. Pull your navel in, and then begin to descend. Let's take our descend all the way down, around the feet. Stay nice and firm all the way down. Head comes down last, and then gently take the knees to the chest and give them a hug, rolling side to side. Hands on the knees for knee circles. Opposite direction. All right, full body stretch. Extend the legs, arms over the head. Let's take that right knee into chest. Flex both feet. Extend that right arm long to a half T, and then guide that right knee across the body with your left hand and take the gaze over to the right fingertips. Breathing normally. Come back to center. Let's release here. Extend the leg, arms over the head, full body stretch. And then reach for that left knee into chest. Flex both feet. Extend that left arm to a half T. Guide that left knee across the body with that right hand. And then take the gaze over to the guy behind the camera, to the left fingertips. Good stand. Gotta give him credit. Can't do this alone. Well, you can, but it's much more fun with somebody else. All right, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Full body stretch, arms long above the head. Legs stretch in the opposite direction, and then bring the hands by your side, coming into bridge pose. We're going to do the bridge pose flow. So bring the heels as close to your bottom as possible. Let the fingertips graze. Take a nice deep breath in. Your feet are hip distance apart. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift the hips up high towards the sky and lift the arms over the head so that your chest is going to travel towards your chin. And on the exhale, everything is going to come down. Arms are going to float down. Hips are going to float down. Inhale, let your hips reach high, chest towards the chin, arms over the head. And exhale, lower everything down. So while you're doing this, do not turn your head side to side as your chin is towards your chest, because it's not good for your cervical spine. So just a little reminder about this posture. Inhale, lift the hips high, arms over the head. Exhale, flow it down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lift high. Lift the hips, arms over the head. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, reach high. Hips high, arms over the head. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale, hips up to the sky, arms reach over the head. This time hold to really reach that chest towards the chin. you get a little throat lock there. That's okay. We're stimulating the throat chakra, and on the exhale, everything lowers down, stimulating the lower chakras as well. Bring the knees to the chest. Give a nice squeeze. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the chin. Now let's release and come into our happy baby. I love peace finger toes or the outsides of the feet. So I'm going to reach for my toes and then just give a little rock. Allow the hips to gently open. Little rock side to side. Coming back to center, let's extend that right leg out. And it's okay to let go and place the hand on the shin. And then switch sides. Left leg extends long. And then bring the knees back together. Bring the feet up towards the sky. Arms over the head. So you can bring your arms in the cactus arms. If that feels good, or just let them relax over the head. Take a few breaths here. This is calming the nervous system, slowing down the heart rate. This is a really good posture for insomnia. Legs up the wall, supported by the wall. 7 minutes for 7 days, and you'll sleep like a baby. Try it out and let me know how it goes. Really, try it out. I really would like to know. It worked for me, but that's me. All right, so from here, let's gently bring the knees into the chest. All right, so option here to gently, let's stretch, do a full body stretch. And then from here, let's gently come back to bending the knees and take the feet to the width of the mat. Extend the arms to a T. We're going to get into another twist. So let's windshield wiper the legs, left and right. Allow the knees to fall to the right side. Take the gaze to the left fingertips, and if you want to take a deeper twist or a deeper stretch, bring that right ankle to the top of the left thigh and allow the right leg to weigh down that left leg. So you notice how my lower back starts to twist a little bit more. It starts to lift off the mat a little bit more. You can't really twist from your lower back because all those bones are actually they're the bones that are together. They're not like your spine separated. So we say twist your lower back, but you can't twist your lower back. All right, take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, bring everything to center. Arms stay where they are. Bring the legs back to the width of the mat and windshield wiper once again. Releasing the lower back, and then allow the knees to fall to the left side. That left ankle comes to the top of that right thigh. Keep the gaze over to the left fingertips, right fingertips. Option to flex the foot or not. You can just stay right here. Okay, end of the session. No. All right, let's release. Bring the knees back and then gently take a windshield wiper motion here with the legs again. All right, bring the knees back in, take a squeeze. And then full body stretch again. And then from here, lengthen that left leg and lengthen that right arm. Relax the right leg, just lengthening opposites. And then lengthen that right leg. Lengthen that left arm. Take another full body stretch. And then lower your arms by your side. And final resting pose, Shavasana, getting into your position or comfortable position. You can actually do Shavasana with the legs up, supported by a block. Just so. Or take Shavasana lying down. So just place the block on the lower back, lifting the legs up. Palms are up, facing the sky. Or you can take Shavasana lying down or in a chair, wherever you are. Let's tuck the shoulders underneath the body, allowing the collarbone to expand, allowing the arms to fall more open, creating more space to breathe. Notice how calm your mind is. So grateful for that silence. Silencing the busy mind. Allowing your legs to feel heavy and hips, shoulders, arms to relax down to the fingertips. Allow the jaw to be loose, relaxing the tongue. And allow the eyes to fall into their sockets. Allowing the body to go into a deep relaxation when we access its innate ability to heal. Alright, so you all can stay in your Shavasana. I'm going to gently lift myself back up to seated. It's not time to come out just yet. From the Yamas and Niyamas book, Exploring Yoga's Ethical Practice. And speaking about truth, I'm going to read 2 quotes from the book. Well, 3. Living the life that cries to be lived from the depth of our being frees up our energy and vitality. We benefit, and everyone around us benefits. Human beings have both a need to belong to groups and a need to expand and grow. And the last one, truth rarely seems to ask the easier choice of us. Let's begin to bring awareness back into the body by wiggling the toes and the fingers. When you're ready, rolling over to your right side, taking a little resting pose for a moment. And then gently pressing yourself back up to seated. Bringing our hands into Anjali Mudra when you're ready. with a beautiful inhale. Let's bring the prayer hands up to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts. Down in front of our lips as a reminder to speak kind words and truth. Down to our hearts as a reminder to live life full of love, joy, lots of inner strength, and fierce grace. From my heart to yours, thank you so much for letting me guide your midweek yoga reset.